I have nothing to lose. Like these guys, like who's the favorite to win? Probably is like Kapalooza. Like that guy has something to lose. Like he has all of the hype that comes into it, being the champion, and he's got to deal with all that pressure. I have no pressure.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. 0 to 100, man. You went 0 to 100. Like,
yeah, I don't know what happened there. Things got out of control.
Yeah, like take us through that. Like, what happened?
Bro, I don't know, man. I got a call from my manager a couple weeks back, 7 weeks ago, asking me about the Challenger Series, and I declined. And I said, I don't want a chance at a chance. I'll take, I'll take the tournament. If you want me in the tournament, I'll do the tournament. But, yeah, I said no to the Challenger Series. And then he come back, and a couple weeks later, he's like, tournament? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm having fun out here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good, man, that you turned it down, and then they just came back and said, "Hey, you deserve better."
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I should be out here like promoting the fact.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I just, I considered myself, a worthy member of this professional fighter series roster for 2023. And I feel like my body of work spoke for itself, and I was good enough to be here. So I declined the Challenger Series, whatever. It worked out. So
yeah. Well, when it works out, it's a good story.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, like we've talked about this before. It was like, it was time for the next level, right? And the phone was going to ring eventually. The phone call was coming, whether it was from PFL or Bellator or the UFC. It was coming. So it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, and here we go. Now you're right into fight week.
Man.
What are the rituals you got? Like, what do you do during fight week? What's the step-by-step process for you usually?
It's funny because Chris was asking me. I'm usually out here with him. Him and Kyle, and we're usually out here kicking it fight week. It's nothing particularly crazy. It's Whole Foods. We do a trip to Whole Foods. We get some snacks and shit for the week. We do get a meal prep service while we're out here. Our buddy John Poppy takes care of us, and he delivers us our food every morning for the day. I mean, it's good stuff, and so that takes care of all of our food needs, and we don't really have to, go out every day and worry about that. And then, I'm lucky enough I get to sneak over to the PI. I'm with Chris, so we're going over to the PI to work out. Like we were there earlier today, and we're getting our training in, and then tonight we'll eat some more food, and then I'll hit pads again tonight. So for a second session, nothing crazy, just get the heart rate up, get some stretching in, and and then we'll do it all over again. I got a couple engagements Wednesday. I had engagements yesterday with like some pictures and stuff like that, and then I have some stuff Wednesday. I think we have to sign some memorabilia and answer some questions, and then we have the weigh-ins on Thursday, and then fight night's Friday night, baby. Virgin Theater Hotel.
There you go. Is Chris getting revenge on you? Like, is he eating shit in front of you? Like I'm pretty sure you did that to him during some fight week. No?
No, Chris. Yeah, no, Chris is good, being good with the food, man.
Okay.
He's being conscious of what he eats. And I mean, I don't have to cut weight, so I eat whatever I want. It's never a concern. I
Okay.
eat what I want. I got on the scale yesterday. I was 260, so I'm good to go. I'm eating shit. Like I eat junk, so it's all good.
Burn that shit out. Now,
Yeah,
let's go back to the last fight, man, for Art of War, the title fight. You got the
yeah.
victory, split decision. What did you take away from that experience?
Uh, I found out what I was made of. It was a tough fight. You know what I mean? I pulled out of it. I pulled through it, and I came out the other end with a win. So I found out that I can go out there and I can fight a good fighter. And that guy was tough. His record said 5-2, but he was 7-0. He was 7-0. The two fights that he had lost, he lost via decision, and I think he only lost because they took points from him for having had lost his mouthpiece in both fights. So he won those fights. In my eyes, he was 7-0. But the amount of experience that he has versus the guy who I got to fight Friday night, those experience levels are two different things, man. This is a new level here, brother. And I actually ran into my opponent down in the lobby of the hotel, and he like made a beeline right for me. And he came up and he introduced himself to me, which is cool. Like some guys do that, some guys don't, and you know, it doesn't matter to me. And he's a big boy. He's a big boy, man. He's a big kid, and
There's a lot of big boys though in that heavyweight 2023, roster.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, man. Maurice Green is another one. He's the other American. There's only two Americans in it, me and Maurice Green. So yeah, man, he's another one. He's a big boy too. What's he, crochet king or some shit?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think you and Jorgen are probably like the shorter guys on the roster.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. I mean, it's a big crew, man.
mhm.
It's a big crew, and look, they put together an experience level. Like these heavyweights, they're good fighters, man. And this is a big show.
Mhm.
Like this is this is high level stuff here. So
So when you signed your contract for PFL, did they tell you the opponent off the bat?
yeah,
You had to wait a
no,
couple of weeks.
yeah. Well, not a couple weeks. I think it was over a week. It was at least over a week before, and someone called me actually. Like one of my buddies called me and was like, "Yo, your opponent leaves his left out." I'm like, "What? What opponent?" He's like, "Ah, I found it on the PFL website, and I didn't even know." Um, I didn't know, and he told me. So we signed the contract, or I signed the contract to be in the season, and then I didn't get my bout agreement very recently. So, um, but I was told that I was fighting him probably about 2 weeks ago. We didn't have much time to prepare for him specifically, but is what it is. I just fought 8 weeks ago. I fought February 3rd, so um, I'm moving and grooving right now.
Well, with the PFL, man, it doesn't even matter. Like, if someone pulls out, they're gonna bring somebody in, like, automatically. They rarely ever cancel any bouts, so it's a good thing, right? Like, you train
Yeah.
and you know you're gonna fight. Does that change anything from like preparations in the past? Like, like it can switch up at any moment.
No, I've been really lucky. I've been really lucky with like fights not falling out on me. Um, no, I mean I've pretty much I've been lucky. I had one fight canceled, but it wasn't my fault. And it was canceled pretty early. Like we had plenty of time to find a replacement, and the preparation is what it is. Like we put the work in, so it's not like you know cancel or not cancel. It changes anything because even if it's canceled, I'm still gonna come to the gym that night. You know?
Your opponent, though, man, Michael. If you're
Michael.
American,
Yeah,
Michael. What do you
yeah,
think of him,
Michael.
man? You go back and you look at his record. Yeah, he's extremely experienced. Like, but when you watch a
Yeah.
couple fights, what do you see?
He's long. He's a long striker. He does got some wrestling. He will take some shots from out in the open. Like he will work on the cage. He will work a takedown on the cage. He's got good work. He's got high level training partners in like Tybora. I know he trains with Tybora. Um, I mean, he's tough. He's tough, but it doesn't matter. Like I'm here to find out. If I was fighting Capoloza, it is what it is. Like I'm here to fight whoever it is. So I mean, he's long. He's got that the lead leg head kick that he throws, and then he'll switch to southpaw and he'll throw the rear leg head kick from the same side. And look, man, I'm gonna come in there. I'm gonna let him rip, and that's what it's gonna be. Like he's only been in decision one time. Uh, I think in the third round of that decision, I think he was a little gassed. I mean, as to be expected with any heavyweight, I'm sure the same thing could be said about me in the third round of any of my decision fights. So, but I've been tested as far as like the 3 round fight twice, and I know I can withstand that war. The war of attrition. So I've been through it.
Do you feel like you have an attitude of like nothing to lose heading into the
Yeah,
season?
for sure.
You do.
Absolutely.
You do.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mm.
It's funny you say that because that's kind of like where I've been mentally with this. Look, man, I have 5 fights. The next guy above me has 10 fights, right? Like the guy I'm fighting has 35 fights. Like I think I'm plus 300. Like I have nothing to lose. Like these guys, like who's the favorite to win? Probably is like Capalooza. Like that guy has something to lose. Like he has all of the hype that comes into it, being the champion, and he's got to deal with all that pressure. I have no pressure. I'm out here on a whim, John. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm 39. I picked up MMA as a fucking hobby. Like, this shit, I picked it up to get in shape. I wasn't trying to fucking do anything special. I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I picked this up for fun. And, that's not taking away from how serious I take it, right? Because I do put a lot of time into this, and I do take time away from my family for this, and like I take it very serious. And it is very professional to me. So, but that being said, it's like I'm working with house money right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like what are those like betting apps and stuff when they get you like sign up, get 500 free
Yeah.
betting dollars. It's like that shit ain't real money. They just throw that shit on the table. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're playing with house money. I'm
Mm,
playing with house money right now.
mm,
So I'm out here just to have fun. You know what I
mm.
mean? I'm gonna let them rip. That's it. So
It makes you pretty dangerous though, because like you kind of you do want to fight the champion. Like you're like, hey, I get this win, next one, give me the champ. Like give me the next
I don't give
best.
a shit. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean anything.
yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it means something,
Oh, of
right? Like
course,
it
of
does
course.
because it's your reputation, it's your record, it's how you carry yourself. It does mean something, but who I fight doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like Chris's fault. Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, like the best fighters in the world. Like I've been in the situation where you walk out and there's 25,000 deafening fans. Like I've been there, so like it's not like I don't know what that looks like. I when I walk out and when I make my walk, it's like all right, I've been here, I've done this before, so let's go to work. You know.
This fight, do you feel like it's gonna be played out on the ground a lot? Do you feel this? Like, do you envision that?
Um, he's a striker, but he's not like he does have submissions. Like he's not scared to be on the ground. Um, I don't think it will end up. I don't know. He's got a lot of first round finishes, right? Like he's like his last 3 fights, I think, were finishing the first round, like inside 2 minutes of the first round. And, you know, that being said, he's been finished a lot in the first round, right? Like, so it's like that first round is going to kind of like dictate that how the fight is going to go, you know? I've been taken down before, right? I've gotten up though. So like if he does plan on taking me down, he's gonna have to deal with like me getting back up, right? Because I will work up. I don't accept being on my back. So um, if it ends up there, it ends up there. But I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't.
When you got a guy that's tall and he likes to throw head kicks,
Yeah.
they slip a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you fall
Yeah.
down a lot, and that could be dangerous. You know what I mean? When you fall down and you're
He could
looking to get back up.
he could end up slipping. He could
Yeah,
end up falling. It's a new surface for him, right? Like he's used to fighting for KSW.
yeah.
Um, the canvas is slippery.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, the canvas is slippery, man. It is. Like that's why you see guys they take the water bottle and they pour it
Hmm.
on the ground and they wet their feet. Um, it is slippery. So it's a part of it, but
Yeah.
whatever. I've been known to slip a little bit myself too. I got a little some awkward footing or something going on, but like I'll get hit. I'm like, ah,
Yeah.
like there he goes again. I think the announcers even said something in my last fight, like there he goes again. But like I get back up, so
Yeah.
it looks good.
Yeah. Hey man, April 7th, man, PFL 2. Go in the descriptions, download the AllStar app. Pat, man, I'm happy for you. Extremely happy for
Yeah,
you that you
thank you.
got this opportunity.
Yeah, man, it's funny because I was in the Uber on my way to the airport Sunday morning. Right, it was early Sunday morning, and the Uber driver, we were talking about, like, I'm going to Vegas, and he's like, "Oh, what are you going out to Vegas for?" And I explained to him, he's like, "Oh, that's really cool." He's like, and he was a Filipino guy, and he was talking about how he's a fan of Manny Pacquiao,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Sounds like it's a dream come true," and I'm like, "Shit, man, you're right." Like it really registered with me, like because everything leading up to it, like signing the contract and everything, it was kind of just like going through the motions a little bit. But then, like, I'm in the Uber, 5 o'clock in the morning on my way to the airport,
Mhm.
and the Uber driver's like, "Yeah, that's like a dream come true. You're going to Las Vegas to fight, like the fight capital of the world.
Yeah.
That's like what people dream of doing." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, you're right. It is." So I'm soaking it in, brother. You know what I mean? I know how these things go.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a realist, and the PFL does account for like guys not making it through the first round. Like they account for it. Like they have replacements lined up. Like, hey, if something happens. So I'm taking this one fight at a time, and I'm grateful to be here. So I'm like you said, I'm dangerous out there.